I am William Wallace, and I see a whole army of my countrymen here in defiance of tyranny. You've come to fight as free men, and free men you are. What will you do without freedom? Will you fight?
Fight against that? No, we'll run. We will live.
Aye, fight and you may die. Run and you'll live, at least for a while. And dying in your beds many years from now, would you be willing to trade all these days from this day to that for one chance, just one chance to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom? If you recognise what was just said, you'll notice from the film Braveheart, which is a staple in very slow days in history lessons. That's because this week's theme is Scottish heroes, both factual and fictional.
Yeah, obviously later on today, Scotland and England do take on each other at Euro 2020. So seems a good idea to put together a Scotland side that might actually win that game. Where do you want to start? Do you think manager, formation?
Let's go straight in at manager.
Any good suggestions?
Well, I'm just thinking of like sort of managers that can really like lead a team and take hold of a game. I mean, there's quite a few good like Scottish detectives that I was thinking of, Taggart and Rebus especially. But I don't know. I can't help but think maybe we should have someone like Frankie Boyle as the manager, because I feel like he'd really take hold of the team. But maybe have, because I know we had an assistant last week, so maybe that's just going to be what we do every week now. Maybe we could have Frankie Boyle manager and Taggart assistant, because he's the sort of one that he'll go rally up the team.
Yeah, I'd enjoy the Frankie Boyle press conferences, I think.
That too. I didn't even think of that, but that too, because he'll have everything planned out what to say. And also, it's actually quite timely, because I was meant to be seeing Frankie Boyle with my brother in London next month, and it got cancelled earlier today. So
oh, great!
Thanks, Boris. But
so maybe the formation then will help us like put our team in positions, I suppose. Or we could pick. I don't know. Do you think Frankie Boyle would go for a weird formation though? Right? He'd go for like Bielsa's Chile formation,
yeah,
something weird like that.
Yeah, because he's not going to go for the obvious, is he?
3-3-3 with like one floating around.
Yeah, let's go really mental and just have 3-3-3.
Yeah,
and one just doing his own thing.
I have no idea how to express that, so I'm going to put it as 3-3-1-3.
Maybe have 3. Yeah, do that. Just have like a creative player behind the front three that just does what he wants.
I've got a great idea for that creative player as well.
Oh, brilliant!
Because they've got like, would you say it's fair to say that they enjoy their freedom in that role?
Oh, I know exactly who you're going for.
Yeah, of course, I'm going for William Wallace from Braveheart.
An easy pick, but the
easy, right? Yeah, put him in the free role. We can't not.
Yeah, it's ironic really, because we should have really gone for like 5 at the back, because all my picks are defenders, I think. But we like a challenge.
We'll just have a very defensive midfield.
yeah, and I love a defensive midfield.
Should you ever go at some defenders then?
Yeah, definitely. There's one in my head that I just have to go with straight away. Have you seen The Thick of It?
Yes, not in full, but yes.
Well, we have to have Malcolm Tucker in defence.
I would agree.
Because, well, he's just like a traditional centre back, isn't he? There's no, I mean, he just, and also he's really, you'd probably, well, I know I was going to say you'd give him the armband, but you might give that to William Wallace. I'm not sure. Really, in this team, I think everyone could have the armband.
A lot of leaders.
Yeah. But he's the sort of like old-fashioned, tall, commanding, probably sort of like getting on a bit, but no one's going to tell him to retire kind of player. A bit of like a David Weir.
Yes.
100% David Weir.
Great shout.
Great, like getting grey, but if you want to tell him to retire, you go ahead, but he's not retiring.
Still playing now, isn't he?
No. I did have to look it up then just to confirm, but he didn't retire that long ago. 9 years ago. You'd think it'd be a lot longer, considering he started his youth career in 1988. But who will partner him in defence? We've got 2 other spaces left.
Is it 3 centre backs, or are we going really weird and having 1 centre back and 2 full backs?
That's a good question. I think 3 centre backs because I think that it's
I
going to be.
think so.
We've got a few tough players there.
Okay, in which case, I'm having a look down my list, and I'd like to put forward Shrek from the film Shrek.
Shrek's a good option. I would have been
I
tempted
mean,
to put him in goal, but I think
I,
no, I think no because I
I'm
mean I
not sure
can't.
now.
Well, but we can't always put the physically big player in goal. I think maybe that'd be good. You need a kind of like Razor Ruddock type defender.
You're making me think he should go in goal now, though.
he's either a Neville Southall or he's a Razor Ruddock.
Well, I like Neville Southall more. So
Oh,
Shrek in goal.
All right, Shrek's in goal then.
Right.
Well, for defence then, it's a tough one. I was thinking though, I do actually have 2 Mike Myers characters that are both Scottish, so we could have Fat Bastard from Austin Powers in defence.
Brilliant. Yeah,
If that's a compromise. Actually, he is definitely a Razor Ruddock, if I've ever seen one.
Great. I'm happy with that.
Brilliant. We probably could have, we could almost have a midfield 3 of Mike Myers characters, but sadly, I don't think there's a 3rd Scottish one. So
Mike Myers week should happen, definitely.
I'd love a Mike Myers week. Most of them would be from the same film. That's the funny thing.
Yeah. Mike Myers week is 3 films, and that's it.
Yeah. Actually, I mean, I know like it's kind of a stereotype in a sense for Scottish characters to be quite like rough, but there's one that I think we've mentioned the film in the past, but I was thinking one that's kind of not 100% kind of like terrifying rough, but is kind of strong and yet again another good leader, Merida from Brave.
Oh yeah.
Have her as a 3rd centre back potentially. But she would be a ball playing centre back. Yeah. There'd be more to her than the other 2, but we need to have one. I mean, I think Malcolm Tucker and Fat Bastard would just be 2-footing everyone. So
yeah, no, I think Meredith from Brave is great. She probably goes in the middle of those 2 then.
Yeah, probably to split from fighting.
Yeah, not that matters that much, but probably goes in the middle.
It weirdly does though to us.
Where do you want to go next? Do you want to go up into the forward positions? Have you got anyone specifically for any midfield?
Midfield, I did. I'm not really sure. I think I feel like we kind of need to include groundskeeper Willie from The Simpsons.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
So I think maybe like it's only fair that he's in there, and like have we've already got a CGI character, so we should have a cartoon character.
It's only fair, right? And he's ripped.
Yeah, no, he is, to be fair. So, and he's on the grass a lot, so that's a good sign, right?
You can't just say that. You can't just accuse him of
that. Physically on the grass, but yeah.
Gee whiz.
It's hard because a lot of my picks were Scottish stand-up comedians. I'm really trying not to saturate the team with them. Elsewhere, actually, one good player we could have in midfield is like it's really, I don't think it's one that comes to your mind straight away, but he's actually like a landmark in his fictional Scottish characters. Is Montgomery Scott from Star Trek?
Okay.
Because we've got to, I think he's like a creative kind of like Rodrigo de Paul type player.
All right, someone bought him on FIFA.
I did, and he's terrible for me, but I've wasted so much money on him. But I'm determined it'll work. So yeah, I'm thinking. I'm not sure for the 3rd though. We've got Willie and Scott. Who do you think's the 3rd?
So I've got one that I'd be going on like a. Actually, do you know? I'm gonna pitch this one.
Yeah,
and we'll see where we go with it. Obviously, in the pantheon of great Scotsmen, definitely towards the top sits Billy Connolly.
Oh no, definitely.
And so I've gone with Dane Ironfoot from The Hobbit.
Oh right.
Have you seen? It's a weird choice. Look, of all Billy Connolly's roles, it's a weird choice, and I accept that. But
Yeah.
in the Battle of Five Armies, he comes riding in on like a pig or something, or sheep. He comes riding in on basically like a jacked up barnyard animal, and he's just really like he's right in the heat of battle. He's mashing people up. He's
Yeah.
here, there, everywhere. He's stocky. He's going to be tough in the attack. I just think he'd be like a proper like Nigel de Jong,
Yeah.
but
Oh well,
Scottish.
yeah. I didn't think I'd ever hear Billy Connolly be compared to Nigel de Jong, but
There you
um,
go.
no, definitely. Well, you can't. I mean, how can you argue with that?
I've got to be honest. I've only got probably one more good rational option, and then the others are like just weird picks that don't fit anywhere. So I'll rattle off
Yeah.
that I think Alexander Quatermain or Alexander Quatermain
You know
should
what?
be
I didn't even think of a Sean Connery character, and that's such a good one.
Alexander Quatermain.
That's
Listen,
that's
go
such
go and watch the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. That is bob on. Sounds
people. You
exactly
know,
like him.
people slate that film so much, but it's actually such a good film. I've
I really
never.
enjoyed it.
I love that film.
I just thought it was fun, and I
Yeah, well,
really
that's the
I
thing.
actually
People are
enjoyed.
expecting too much from it. It's not going to win an Oscar, but it doesn't need to.
Yeah. Well, I
There's a
mean,
bit that probably the longest bit in the film is where he's teaching somebody how to fire a gun from distance, and the guy keeps running away, and he keeps going wait over and over and over
yeah,
again. It probably goes. He definitely leaves it too long because I think obviously the point is he's saying don't rush, just like do it when it's right, and not don't rush into things and stuff and get it. Take your time with things. I'd like to think it's metaphorical, and instead but really, I mean, the guy's pretty much left by the time he shoots him, but he does get him. But it's. I think that's a good film. I think that gets slated way too much.
we should let's do a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen week then. Let's do it.
Just all the characters in. If there's enough characters, all of them in the obvious places.
I I I don't know why,
Definitely
but
do it.
when I was younger, I just got such a good vibe off of Captain Nemo. I just thought he was great.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
did a lot for me. I don't know.
no, definitely. I think that's like it's genuinely like perfectly cast film. There's nothing. I don't see anything apart from maybe the CGI for Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I don't see anything wrong
Yeah,
with that film. The CGI for that was dreadful, but they can't help that. They can't help the budget they've got. Um,
yeah. That okay. Well, he'd be. I'd be like pushing for him to go into a striking position somewhere. And then
yeah,
just to give you my final bits of context, I also have Miss Hooley from Balamory. I've got no idea where she fits. Just thought it'd be funny.
that's a
Uh,
clever one.
I've I've got Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean.
I've got him. I thought that was a clever pick.
Great.
And
So
it's Bill
I think
Nye as well, being not being Bill Nye, he's being Scottish Bill Nye.
I think we should fit Davy Jones in per se. I'd rather
Yeah,
have Davy Jones in than Alexander Quatermain.
I don't know. I think. Well, who
I'd
else?
like both.
I think have both, but there's one person I need to put forward, and you may not agree,
Okay.
but every day during lockdown, and also I've always liked him anyway. But every day we've been watching Limmy do Twitch streaming, and I just love Limmy. Limmy can't put a foot wrong. He has a sketch show that's not like anything you've ever seen. He streams himself playing Dead by Daylight, and then when he wins, is the worst winner you've ever seen. And also, so many people I've spoken to think I look exactly like him, and there are times where I can't tell who's him and who's me in pictures. So I feel like I can't. There's like a sort of a weird connection there. So
You
I
two are
don't know.
definitely related. 100%.
He's just got the same head shape as me, and we have the same. We always have the same haircut, and and like there's times where like genuinely there's times where I watch him streaming live, and I'll look down and watch it. We're in the same clothes. It's quite bizarre, but I really like him, so it's not that bad. I mean, if you were compared to like Charles Manson, it's not really the same. But if you compare to someone you like, that's great.
Hey, I'm up for it. So we've got Davy Jones, Limmy, and Alexander Quatermain. Sorry, and Alexander Quatermain to fit in Can't believe I
Yeah,
said his name and didn't do the bit. So we've
I
got
didn't
those
know you
three to
meant
fit
till you did
in.
it. Till you did it right, I didn't know who you meant.
Uh, Alexander Quartermain? No, 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 no. Never heard of him. Alexander Quartermain. This is like Bend It Like Beckham from last week.
Yeah,
Um, so I put forward that Alexander Quartermain probably should go bang in the middle.
yeah, no, definitely. Well, I mean, it's his precision, isn't it, as well? Like
Yeah,
he's surely just like Bullseye in Series One. He can't miss.
yeah,
And he
exactly.
also, what makes it even better, he'd shoot from distance. He'd be like Totti chipping everyone.
Oh, such a comparison. Spot on. Yeah.
If
So
we can't
then
compare to a real life footballer, it doesn't go somehow.
are we going completely mad and just putting three like forwards in, or are we gonna split Davy Jones and Limmy and put them on the wing a bit? Because we've got
I
no
think
width in this team, but who cares?
I think put him on the wing, get a little bit of width. I
Yeah,
think Davy Jones is going to be quite a big, like a stocky looking winger, like a bit of a Shaqiri, but with height.
yeah,
And I think Limmy maybe he won't necessarily be quick, but I think he's got the fight in him, and he's kind of he's sort of he's been around the block a few times. He knows it all. He's played in every league, like a Jonathan Walters type.
yeah, yeah. Oh, great shot.
He's
Love
seen it
Jonathan
all
Walters.
because Limmy's 46 and he doesn't look
Which is weird because you do look it. So I mean,
it. Yeah, that's one place we differ.
yikes, that was mean.
He
Sorry,
he
mate.
yeah, he looks 27, but he's 46. I look 46, but I'm 27, which is the bad way, funnily enough. But
Woo!
that's a good team, though. I'd be very happy with that.
I like it. Have
I'd be
you
baffled by it, and I don't know how cartoon and
it,
CGI. Actually, there's two. There's a like a CGI character, a computer animated character, and then like a old fashioned animated character, all in the same team.
it's a mess, really.
Yeah,
But it would be quite intimidating. So last week you let us all down. You did not have a team name. Have you redeemed yourself this week? Got a stadium or
I have struggled a bit with both again. I don't know. I don't know how it was so easy last time because I had lists and lists. But I think for team name, there's a Scottish like sitcom that I just couldn't fit into our team, and I wanted to include it somehow. So I've gone Rab C Milan,
oh, that's beautiful.
bit like Rab C Nesbitt / AC
That
Milan.
is beautiful.
If anyone that doesn't know both or either.
You've
As
thoroughly
for
explained that.
Yeah, we need to. We when they're this bad, you have to spell it out. Uh, for Stadium, I'm completely stumped again. I can only apologise.
That's all right. Obviously I know you like a pun, and I couldn't come up with one. So it's a wet, rainy day at the Big Pink Castle with Drabsy Milan take to the pitch. Manager Frankie Boyle's gone lining up in a 3-3-1-3 formation with Taggart at his side. In goal, Shrek. The centre-back trio is Fat Bastard, Malcolm Tucker and Meredith from Brave. In midfield, groundskeeper Willie, Dane Ironfoot and Montgomery Scott will be patrolling behind William Wallace in the free role. On the wings, Davy Jones and Limmy, and up top, Alexander Quatermain.